Hey everyone, so I am the COO of Drive Planning, and we are so excited to offer the real opportunity not just to wealthy accredited investors, but also to ordinary people in the middle class who are trying to find a great place to put their money, whether it's cash or money in an IRA or even money from a HELOC. They want to put their money in a place that gets a great return. I mean, everyone's looking for a great return. Why do you think so many people are talking about Bitcoin, right? Oh, you'll make so much money. The funny thing is, no, I've never heard anyone say about Bitcoin. I've never heard anyone say about Tesla stock, it sounds too good to be true, right? So what I want to just talk to you about as you're thinking about, look, David, this real opportunity, I read the brochure, it just sounds too good to be true. I totally get that. We hear this a lot, but I want to ask the question, why? Why does it sound too good to be true? And this is just what I've experienced in going on 6 years of financial planning as a former pastor, walking people through the whole Dave Ramsey curriculum when I led them as a pastor. Why does it sound too good to be true? The reason it sounds too good to be true is because we have been trained, we in the middle class have been trained by the financial industry that any return should be no less than about 9%. What am I talking about? We have been told, put your money in the stock market for the long term, invest for the long term, and over time, you can get about a 8 to 9% return if you follow the index. I mean, this is Tony Robbins' book. This is book after book after book. You're expecting 8 or 9% a year, and you should be satisfied with that. Anything else is suspicious and risky. That's why most people say it sounds too good to be true, because they can't imagine making 20%, 40% profit in a year in a way that's contractual and controlled and predictable. So that's why people ask that question, because of their frame of reference. We have been trained as Americans by the big financial institution who own all the skyscrapers in all the cities. Hey man, 10% is all you should expect. Anything else is suspicious, okay? Second of all, I want you to ask and think about the question, not only why, but who? Who says it's too good to be true? You know who doesn't tell me this sounds too good to be true? Very wealthy and rich people. People who have family offices and multiple millions of dollars, who make millions of dollars a year, they don't say, David, this sounds too good to be true. What they say is, David, tell me more about it. How is it structured? What are the guarantees? Tell me about the collateral. How do I get my money back? How is it structured? Their first question isn't, how can this be true? But, oh, interesting. Tell me more about it. You know why? Because wealthy people have access to investments that are far beyond the 9% for the long term in the stock market mindset that we talked about earlier. Wealthy people, they are not interested in 10% in a year. They're not interested in 20% in a year. They want 30 and 40% return on their money. They want it as risk-free as possible. And I'm telling you, these are some of the investments that we have actually offered to people. Wealthy people don't ask the question, how can this be true? It sounds like a scam. But again, I understand that that is a real thing. And lastly, I just want you to think about, what's driving this real opportunity is the real estate market. The real estate market in Atlanta all the way to Anderson and Greenville, South Carolina, the real estate market is on fire. I mean, these things, land is flying off the shelf. There's not enough housing. People are looking for properties to purchase that they could build multifamily properties and neighborhoods for people. And that is what the real opportunity does. We fund this growing real estate market. And so I'm going to ask you one more question. If it were not too good to be true, what would you do? If it were not too good to be true, if it were true, what would you do? Well, David, if it were true, I would invest in it. Okay, so I just want you to think about this. First of all, every one of our investors and every one of our advisors has their money in this. I've got my family's money in this. I've got some of my kids' college money in this. I've got some of my 81-year-old father's money in this. We designed it this way. Why am I telling you this? Why am I comfortable putting my money in this? It's because it's collateralized. It's guaranteed. It's strong. It's contractual wealth. This is not speculative like the stock market. It's not speculative like Bitcoin. It's not speculative like Tesla. It is contractual wealth. And that is why I understand people say, man, it sounds too good to be true. Why is it sounding good to be true? Because hey, we've been sold a bill of goods, and who says it's too good to be true? Wealthy people don't say it sounds too good to be true. They just say, "Give me more information." I want you to really look through the brochures, and I want you to really expand your mindset and give this a try and see that it works.